space, YouTube formatting. Rejecticons. Kato rocks, Sardo loves his MC. Rejecticons. Loggin is a custom dude. He keeps his toys like new. They are Rejecticons.
Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Inutabi. This is Kato and the Black Gentleman Sardo. Welcome to the Christmas Eve live stream.
For no good reason at all.
Yeah,
Sure.
half hour to Christmas.
That's right. We actually might be able to bring in the Christmas together.
Yeah.
So hey, speaking of like Christmassy stuff, did you guys get to see the whole crazy Jupiter and Saturn aligning thing the other night?
Yeah, I went out and looked at the big blob in the sky. I was like, okay.
Man, it was
bright.
awesome. I broke out the telescope. It was freaking cool, man. I couldn't quite get
I bet it was good with telescope.
I've got to get a camera adapter for my telescope because that was so dang cool, like looking at it through there. Because from here, it looked like one big blob of starlight, right? It was crystal clear outside. But like if you looked at it, it definitely looked like a Christmas star, shiny. But through the telescope, like you could see a little bit of the rings of Saturn and some of the moons, like the moons lined up around it. It was freaking cool. And they were about like on in the telescope, they're about that far apart, so you could see both of them. Oh man, it was really neat. Really, really cool. I don't know why I care about that, but
That's cool.
Oh, it's cool. I saw some of the telescope like video of it. And it's like you could see the rings and all that and how it lined up.
Yeah, it was really awesome. Like I said, I've got a fairly nice telescope that I've had for years. Like it's battery operated. You can, you're supposed to be able to buy an adapter for it so that you can put your camera on there and do like time lapse. So you set it up and it's got a little wired remote to it, and you find 3 points in the sky, right? That's on this remote. So it can be like any particular star or planet or the moon and a couple of planets. And once you put those in, it knows where it's at, right? So it kind of triangulates where it's at based on where these stars are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From there, you can go through this menu on the remote and it'll find it. Does that make sense? Like once it knows where it's at, you can say, hey, I want to look at this. And it'll just buzz over to it. And you can set it up if you have a camera on it with the time lapse with the lens open. You can set it to follow something.
Oh, cool.
I've never done any of that, but it's able to do it. So I'd like to do that.
You had the ability to do it. No one said you will do it, but you had to.
Never done it. I have treated it like it was a $20 telescope that you get at Kmart. I have not used it to its capabilities at all. Yeah. So what's up, everybody?
Oh, not much.
Daniel, Pack. We got
two people here. Probably not the best night to stream.
Hey, audience is the audience.
Yeah, right about now, I would assume that everybody's getting ready for Santa to drop by.
Yeah.
You came see me there, that's for sure. I got so much stuff.
We're just hanging out.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff too lately.
Yeah, got a bunch of back orders.
I'm gonna probably order something tomorrow, I think. I hope.
Sardo, I'm so aggravated that you got that your stuff from CMD so quick.
Oh man, I wasn't expecting it. They told me about like stuff I heard Monday, and same thing for my Chosen Prime stuff. Like everything same Monday. Then next thing I know is the mailman shows up with 3 packages. So I'm like, oh, well, okay. So someone bust their ass.
Yeah, I'm still going Monday.
I'm kind of shocked you didn't get it.
That's all right. That's not a big deal.
What you got coming from CMD? Primal?
Kingdom Voyagers, Primal, and Cyclonus.
Oh, Cyclonus too. Okay, you gonna have to
Oh, yeah, I got him.
Cyclonus is pretty awesome.
Dork side sent him.
Yeah, you guys got into that. Y'all got them from Dorkside, right? That's the one thing about CMD. I like them a lot, but they do they require payment
Up front. Yeah.
and
Mhm.
it just makes it, with other places I would cancel and get it from whoever has it faster. But it's
Yeah.
fun. It's fun.
I caved in with CMD. I pre-ordered it's essentially what was it? I pre-ordered I guess Wave 1 Studio Series. Was it Jazz, Grimlock?
Cup.
According to the thing, it's gonna be all out in January, and now I mean it's already paid for, so I'm good and done to about February or March, so I can just sit back and just wait and say, oh, goody, stuff showed up. So
Yeah, they've been real good. Like I know I think they there's some folks that have ill feelings about them, but as far as I'm concerned, they've been good to me, and I even had to email them and do some customer service stuff. Not that they did anything wrong, but basically I mistakenly ordered a couple of things on the same ticket that weren't going to come in at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get screwed, So I just emailed them and I said, hey, can I split this order up unless you're fairly certain they're going to come in together? And they emailed back, says, I doubt they'll come in together. Would you like us to refund it? And then you can split the order. I said, yeah, that'd be fine. Within an hour they had done it and it worked.
It did me the same way. I was actually happy about that.
Yeah, that's why I have the stuff coming in. I do because I think I had Megatron attached to it. And they weren't going to come in at the same time. So I would have had to wait until, which was it GameStop I saw today that had Megatron in stock?
What, the Beast Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad I didn't see that because I've been like, I didn't cancel my pre-order.
Yeah. I need to order him too. So
yeah.
Check GameStop just in case. I thought I put that out there. It may have got lost in the shuffle of our Instagram chatter.
But to be fair, he looks so cool to me. I mean, I haven't seen in person. I mean, if I happen to have to, I wouldn't get mad at it. I mean, it's like a nice T-Rex mode, honestly.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's funny. I've never been more excited to get Beast Wars figures. Like it was not something that I never would have thought.
No.
I think it's because I never really liked. I
Beast
like
Wars?
all the ideas of I like all the idea of Beast Wars. I just don't. I don't think any of the toys spoke to me enough to match what I wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
It just didn't have they didn't look good enough for me to get them for what they were. These are spot on. Like they're great.
Oh, I thought Black and Rat. Yes, that's a little MP. I'm looking at it right now. Even the Rat Trap, everything scales. I feel like the way it should scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, you could use that Black Arachnia in your MP line to be smaller. Like that, it works.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm excited about it because I want to do the entire Beast Wars cast. Hopefully they release everyone. That's why I kind of held off from getting the masterpiece versions after seeing how good they are.
Yeah,
I want the MP, but you can't get Primal anymore. So I'm like, well, I guess I go with this.
But they keep doing the studio series like they've done on Hot Rod and Scourge back there. Man, it kind of makes it hard to keep going masterpiece because those are good figures.
I mean, at that point, you're just getting masterpiece to get masterpiece. Like for I mean, of course, the plastic, the die cast, all that stuff is better. The transformations are normally a little more technical, but like I've got, they don't scale at all. But I've got the 86 Hot Rod and Scourge over here in just on the shelf of my 86 movie figures.
Springer,
not everything scales. Like I've got that Ultra Magnus, and then the Legend scale Ultra Magnus right there. So it's not like I'm worried about scale over there. It's just 86 characters. So I mean, I'm excited. I think it's a freaking awesome. Like the only thing that makes me curious is like they're doing so good with the cartoon and movie cast that Like I'm actually hoping that they do like Armada and take the care that they did in this line after Kingdom is done, that they start doing RID and Armada, Energon, and have some fun with those.
I'm hoping we keep. I'm thinking Tabi. I hope they actually finish. I mean, the Beast Wars stuff. I hope we actually get like at least the base crew. You know, because the Beast Wars cast wasn't big. It wasn't big at all. And I feel like I feel like they can get the core guys. You know, they got Primal, Black Rat, Near Rat Trap, Megatron.
Well, Rhinox is coming. We got the code for Rhinox coming.
And it showed Tigatron.
Air Razor.
I hope we get a Silverbolt, but I know that's more of a Fusor, him and Quickslinger. So we'll see what happens there.
We know we got Scorponaut.
Anywhere of Pterosaur? No, the Pterodactyl.
I hadn't seen that one or Inferno.
I seen Waspman in here, but oh yeah, Inferno. Yeah, the ant. Yeah, I wonder.
We definitely need Inferno. I mean, we've what are we? Still one wave in, right? So we know there's at least 2 more waves to be announced of Kingdom figures. I mean, we know that some of the Kingdom stuff will probably still be G1 stuff, but like the Beast Wars cast is small enough that they can complete it, no problem. At least with all the major players.
Yeah. I mean, if you do Commander class, I wouldn't mind having like a Rampage or a Death Charge, especially Rampage.
Yeah, Damon says their toy line was massive, though. Yeah, it was.
Oh,
but
if
they focus on like the show cast, it's not not characters that didn't make it in the show, not the off the wall stuff. That's the kind of stuff you save for like selects. Generation selects, stuff like that, which I think they'll have a lot of fun with the Gen Select stuff with Kingdom, doing repaints and stuff like we'll probably get I could see us getting a Tarantulas Generation Selects.
Yeah, they could do Transmetal too.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would love Transmetal Tarantulas.
Yep. And I'm still pretty sure that this Cheetor mold is made to do something else because
I guarantee Tigatron is going to be upsize it.
Lifting up the way it does. He's happy.
For no reason, right?
Serves no purpose. I mean, you can get the legs all the way up without it.
Yeah.
I mean, but for it to do what it does, because it acts almost like the original transformation, right? Where you could spin that around and it would flip up onto the back or something. I don't know, but I don't think that's an accident.
Yeah, something else is gonna make it out. I'm sure.
Man, it was just clean in here. Now it's a mess.
Same here.
Every time you do a review and you have to bring in like 15 figures or something to compare. Now it's all scattered all over the place.
Yeah, I had cleaned up my little side area over here, but I got that diorama today, so I had to move my Fex Hobby stuff, and it's over here, and it's like I'm sure it's about every big as Kato's, because it's basically a large box, and now it's over here, take up that space. So it's just I got rid of all my boxes almost, and now I got new boxes. It's like it's just a mess again. You can't win.
We talked about that in our Instagram chat like the other day. But like, what do you guys do with G1? Like the mainline boxes, I trash.
I am now.
Do you keep any of those? Let us know in chat too. Like, do y'all like the MP and third party boxes? I keep those because they normally come with enough accessories. You have to have somewhere to put it, and who knows if I want to sell it one day, I want to have as much of it complete as possible. The mainline stuff, I trash those boxes. Oh well, except for the ones that are sitting here staring at me now.
Yeah, I'm in my mind. I broke down all my mainline boxes. I got my 2 Studio series. I think I'm gonna keep those because I just like the way they look. But eventually, I'll probably get rid of those too. Honestly.
I keep everything.
Yeah,
We sing. We sing.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, even when I do like mainline reviews, typically I won't show the boxes except for maybe the first wave of a new line.
Yeah,
I like the boxes.
I still have this box. It's not like a.
Yeah.
I know for the most part, I don't need to keep this box because it's just whatever. But I don't know. Third party box.
Shelby
still got the box too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Still got the figure in it. Though.
yeah, that's not the same thing.
Minton box.
Yeah. Oh, Damon says
mean,
he's a half toy collector, half box collector.
I mean, anytime he sells anything, he can actually get retail. Like, I'm not going to raise the price, but I want retail. It's brand new.
Yeah.
Like I had like all the shipper boxes too, like all the Hasbro shipper boxes, the brown ones that like stuff comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Where
people love that stuff. Like if something I don't want, like when I sold that Siege Skywarp, I had the shipper box too.
Oh, that's that's the name.
That was like almost $200 for that one little figure.
Wow.
Somebody wanted.
Are we gonna do our Rejecticon Secret Santa without Larkin?
Well, Larkin opened his up so early. I mean, I don't think it's even shocking him.
I want Larkin to tell me what he thinks about his Christmas.
I got mine. Mine's still wrapped up. Man, I knew who gave it to me, but I didn't even bother. I'm curious what it is though. It's killing me.
Mine is still wrapped up, but thanks to the wonderful postal service,
they did not care. I can tell they just shoved it somewhere.
Man,
walked away.
I didn't rip the whole thing apart, pulling it out of the because the you know apartment mailboxes, right? They're like this big.
Yeah, little box.
Yeah. That was in there. Like
Contra right. It basically greased it up and should have been there sideways.
They do that mine too.
They don't think they have to open this whole big door to put stuff in there. Like, but as soon as they close it, you lose like this much room on either side. So when they shove something in there, trying to pull it through the door that we have to get through, you're tearing something. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's up to you guys. I don't want to, leave Larkin out, Mr.
Well, Mr. Pack says open, and I won't lie. I do now. Just for me touching it, and it's like feeling around the sides of it. Like I know it's in a square box. Yeah, I don't know. I just, but up to you guys. I mean, I do want to open it, but I can hold out.
Here, let's message Larkin.
See what he says.
Just ask if he's okay with it. Yeah.
He probably say I don't care.
He probably will.
Yeah.
But he might say, "Don't be a dick."
I'll message him. We'll see what he says. He's doing he's doing family stuff.
I have a question for you guys. You guys doing your I know next week will be the last week of the year. You guys doing your top 10s of the year, or you just want to let it ride?
Yeah, I'm gonna do one.
Well, okay.
I'm thinking about doing one. I never do one.
I got one. I have like at least like top 20 because a lot of stuff happened this year. But I got to narrow it down 10.
I think I'm gonna take a nod from like award shows, and I watched Bobby Skullfaces, and I like how he did it. Like
he broke it up. Yeah,
it was a little easier. You didn't have to get everything out. It was just more like categories, and he showed 5 or 6 figures, and then picked the top one. I like
best paints. So yeah,
I really like that concept. So.
Best mainline.
Heavily inspired by him, and I think I'll do it 2 different ways. I'll do one that's fully mainline. Like I may just do like my top 10 hashtag figures of the year, and then a fan's choice because I put out on social media on YouTube community page and Instagram, like, hey, leave a comment for what your favorite mainline figure of the year would be, and people are commenting on there. So I'll do like a fan's choice, and then maybe my top 5, something simple like that, and then I might do a separate one for third party.
Okay. Me, I'm lazy. I'll just do what I did last year. I'll literally just grab 10 things I like and just say this is what it is. I'm very boring into the direct. We'll see.
I just gotta like I gotta remember what fell into this year.
Oh, that's the easy part. See, I went back through my video list and I went all the way to the beginning of the year.
Okay.
And I was like, oh man, wow. I reviewed all this. I reviewed a lot of stuff this year. And my whole rule was I can't pick anything unless I review it. If I didn't review it, I'm not gonna mention it. Because some things I purchased, I didn't even review it. I just enjoyed it. Like, well, I enjoyed this. So,
that's some critical thinking. I didn't even think to do that. Larkin says, he says,
don't be dead.
Now, I said, you want us to open our Secret Santa? He said, sure, please do. And he said that on a side, I'm not going to read all that. So, maybe he doesn't want me to spoil that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you guys can read it, obviously. He's
eating dinner,
and we'll watch the stream later.
Okay.
Oh, Larkin's here. Family dinner. Well, hey, let's do it. Let's start with Inutabi. It's your home. This is your channel.
Well, I already opened mine up because I thought it was something else. I didn't know it was Secret Santa.
We are absolutely horrible at this. All 4 of us. Well,
so I got some hockey pucks.
Okay.
I got some NECA stands, which work great with Black Series figures.
Oh yeah,
Black Series figures don't want to stand. And I got a lightsaber keychain, which I think my daughter has because I can't find it. She was playing with it.
It's gone now.
Yeah. And I ain't seen it since, so she probably had it.
So NECA stands, lightsaber keychain. So for anyone watching, we have a $25 limit that we set ourselves. And we draw names digitally. There's a site you go to. I think it's actually just like drawnames.com or something like that. And we draw names and do a $25 limit Secret Santa. That's the story. And yeah, Inutabi got naked stands and a laser pointer. I need a laser pointer. I got cats.
Let's see.
Open it up. Open.
Yeah. Now I know who it's from, but I'll leave that to them.
But I think we all know who everything's from. Now. That's not secret.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let's see. Okay, it's in a box. And see, just because it's in the box means what it is. Okay. Hey. Oh crap. Okay. Now it's it says War for Cybertron GS14 Megatron. Now, given this person I think it's from, I'm sure it might not even be that. So let's find out.
Well, it is if you gotta cut that.
Oh well, yeah. But this guy's
legs, right?
Yeah, damn.
This guy's clever. So let's just make sure. So I'm breaking the seal.
Yeah, he could have printed the whole box.
Well, you know what? It is that.
Awesome. Yeah.
And thank you. You know who you are. And the fun thing is today, I got the original in the mail. So now I got somebody going to take mode.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
I've been thinking about getting that one myself.
Yeah.
I have not.
What did you think, Mick?
Completely over the Siege and Earthrise Megatron molds. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
It's basically the same way.
But I always like that Megatron.
Well, this one doesn't have all the space crap, bird crap on all those legs. So I'm happy about that. They clean. This is clean.
That I'll tell you, I would get that. If I would get that. because
Nice.
it's just weird enough and cool enough to be different.
Mhm.
I think he just gave up. Who got it for you?
Yeah. Thank you.
Unless he's
thank you.
just saying, I hope you like it. Just in general, I hope you like it.
Oh yeah, thank you, Larkin.
Yeah,
Stop.
you like yours working whenever you open it up.
Yeah.
That you've already done.
Well, kiddo?
Damon, nobody. That's just the sound of a computer.
That's me. Probably.
I have this
I'll get out later.
from Sardo. Oh, I mean Secret Santa. I mean Secret Sardo. I mean whatever.
It's over now.
And I'm just now opening it. I had no idea what was in here until right now. And like a true friend, he knows me too well. I did not have this. I absolutely love Spider-Man. You know, it's no secret. And I always pass up on Marvel Legends. Always. Thank you, Sardo. I mean, Secret Santa.
And so it begins.
Because I love this story arc. I really love the story arc. So this entire wall over here will eventually be the Spider-Man wall.
I'm glad someone added to it.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. This was a great figure. The only guff that it ever got is that it didn't have waist swivel because of the 6 arms.
It didn't.
But I don't care. I'm not very picky on that because it's going to go on a shelf. It's going to look like that on a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need to,
I mean, personally, if I had it, I would probably just put him in a kind of a cross down pose. Maybe have all the arms doing different stuff like this. No.
Yeah,
that'd probably it.
I had picked this thing up and put it down many times.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the deal with the multiple arms for somebody that doesn't know?
You got kiddo? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, he was working on a cure for all the Spider-Manedness, and he he started to revert to full-on spider. So he started to become an actual spider. So he grew more arms. That's the easy part of it.
Yeah.
Kato's computer loves Spider-Man figure. It was whistling during the entire unboxing.
No, that's all me. That's all me.
That's me whistling in the background.
No, actually, secretly for years, Sardo's taped a whistle to the back of his computer, so when the fans are blowing, it's just whistling.
I wish that was it. This thing is old.
Just really the best for everybody.
Yeah, it's ready. It's about ready to die. And when that happens, I will then buy a new one.
I'm very grateful, Sardo. That is awesome. I know that there was the USPS had boondoggled you for a bit trying to get.
Now, words to wise on that. You may still get that. So if you do,
Really? You're getting a refund, right?
Oh, I got the refund. It came through Amazon through a separate seller. And they sent me a message saying, hey, if you do get it, you can send it back. But hey, you know what? I sent it as a gift. The guy had it insured, so he got at least 50 for it. So it cost 50. But if you get it, I think you'll like that too because it'll go to your certain character that you like collection. So yeah.
Right on.
So
well, maybe hey, I could actually luck out and double up on Secret Santa this year.
It might happen. If not, it's in Oblivion somewhere. Someone got it.
Yeah. And then I hope someone enjoys it.
Me too.
What does anyone? Can we spoil it? What did Larkin get? We can pretend that he opened it.
Oh, he did. He did.
But yeah, we know he opened it. Just, don't know. Oh yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because we were making fun of. Me and Sardo were making fun of the. Remember, because you were like, you said, your daughter had the laser pointer and she's out playing with it, and I was like, oh, we opened them already? and you were like, "Oops."
Yeah, because you had said something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, I thought I had just ordered something." You know, so you opened it because it had your name on it. So
And then
something, you know, opening
then immediately after, Larkin was
Oh.
like, "Oh yeah, I opened mine too."
and me and Kato were like, "What the hell?"
It was easy for me to play the good guy because I hadn't gotten mine yet, so I could be like,
Yeah,
"What, guys, what up?"
damn.
Well,
USPS.
I sent him. I'm his secret Santa. I sent him the. You see it on Amazon. It's called Sunny Days. It's like 3.75-inch like military figures. It's like the Whirlybird, special use, a motorcycle, a couple figures in there.
What's funny about that is I was this close to sending that to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's almost like you, but just I don't know why I didn't. I know why I didn't. I think I was going to send that to you, but then we had actually done a live stream, and you were talking about wanting figure stands. If you remember that, the last time we were all live, you were like, "Oh, I really would like some figure stands."
I remember that.
All right, I'll do that instead because at least I knew you wanted them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's kind of someone saying they want a wallet, but you know damn well they're not gonna buy one. Like I didn't need a wallet. Okay, I got you.
Old fashioned Southern sweet iced tea. Somebody's when in the world did fireworks become a thing to do for every holiday?
This year. I think this year, right? I hear them too sometimes. Except Halloween.
Except Halloween. The other night. I'm like, what? It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Not even Christmas. Yeah.
Now it's like every holiday there's fireworks going off. I mean, it is South Carolina, so you know.
Well, it is legal there versus here.
Yeah, they're all about buying things that blow stuff up. I'm okay with that. Daniel said 2020.
Yeah, I also I think 2020 was the year that became a thing because I'm in North Carolina, and I think fireworks went off for every holiday that I can remember this year except for Halloween with them shot, which I didn't do it.
That's true. Yeah. Now you say that, I've heard that like in the neighborhood, like fireworks go off every like holiday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Before I moved where I'm at now, I lived and worked very close to Charlotte. And most of the time I worked in Charlotte, but I lived in just upstate South Carolina and traveled across the border to work. And every year I worked at, Circuit City and Best Buy and all these places that mostly electronic stuff, but pretty close to the North South Carolina border in Pineville, and every year, especially like New Year's and stuff like that, everyone from North Carolina would come meet us up near Carowinds, where the old outlet marketplace was, and just have a blast with fireworks right there at Carowinds. And it was called Outlet Marketplace, right?
Yeah, I know the spot. Yeah. It's right there on the I thought on the South Carolina line.
Yeah, right there at Fort Mill. It's right at the Carowinds entrance is where it was. Oh. Outlet Mall, Outlet Marketplace. I think it was called Outlet Marketplace. Used to be like a big outlet mall there. Loved it. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, they would empty that parking lot out, and everyone would go drop fireworks right there at the North Carolina border. It's like, screw you, it's legal here.
Yeah. Plenty of people used to go down and buy like hundreds of dollars worth of fireworks to bring them back.
Yeah, there were two things you could do in Fort Mill in the mid-'90s. That was buy fireworks and play video poker. That was it. That's all you could do.
Yeah.
Or go see Jim and Tammy Faye. You could do that too.
Oh yeah, I remember my dad always going to around to buy gas because it's always cheaper, and he always had to stop by a place called Grover. If we buy all his tickets, back from New
Yeah, there for a while I lived with a buddy in Fort Mill, right there on the border, and then I guess I was in Charlotte for a while. Mm-hmm. But I was always close to there. Like my first real job was in Charlotte. My first job was Kmart, but my first actual like get away from hometown, go work was in Charlotte.
My first job was Roses.
It's the
Roses. Wow, that's where all my childhood toys came from.
Mine too.
Yeah. I used to work there, and then I remember when I worked there, like the Cobra Rattler and all that stuff was on shelves and all kinds of like actual toy sections.
Yeah, I have a very, very vivid memory of going down the aisle at Roses in my hometown and seeing Transformers. And then I have this very clear memory of seeing Robotech stuff, but I knew nothing of Robotech at the time. Didn't have any idea what it was, but it looked cool. But I knew nothing about it. But I can clear as a bell. I can see like the Robotech figures sitting on the bottom shelf, and then like Transformers and stuff above it. And I just never picked any. I've never owned a Robotech figure.
Yeah, it only came on. I know. My brother always told me. It only came on certain channels, like different areas. Like not every area got it. Unlike Transformer G.I. Joe, where everybody knew what that was, but Robotech, it was very select areas.
Yeah, I remember seeing it when I was a kid.
Yeah,
but I didn't know anything about it. I just thought it was like robots flying in space shooting stuff.
Like as far as the only anime that I remember like having knowledge enough to buy figures from, and of course I didn't know what anime was. It was just a cartoon where the mouse moved weird for me. Like it, I didn't know what anime was, but was Voltron. Like I remember that one clearly. And I watched like Battle of the Planets or Gotcha Man or whatever it was called at the time, but I never saw any toys for that. Which, by the way, I think Super 7 has that license.
They do.
Yeah,
I know it was Gotcha Man. Then they retitle it and call it Eagle Riders and all that stuff.
Well, it was Gotcha Man, Battle of the Planets, and
Battle of the Planets. The one I remember is that the one with like the 5 different people. Like the spider jet thing.
Yeah.
Like different bird suits.
And there was one more title, and I can't remember what it was that I remember anyway. But yeah, I remember it being Battle of the Planets, and I didn't know it was Gotcha Man until much later. But I really enjoyed that, and that's going to be one that if Super 7 does, I know they have Silverhawks on the lineup. I'm trying really hard. I've got to reach back out at the beginning of the year, but I'm trying to get Brian from Super 7 on Presents, and I'd like to talk to G-Force. There you go. That's G-Force. It. That was the other name for it. Thanks, Ed. Yeah. Battle of the Planets, G-Force, and Gotcha Man. Yeah, he's right. G-Force is the better.
I remember watching.
It was edited differently. So yeah, that will be something I'm looking forward to, because I know that he's talking about doing Silverhawks vaguely once he's done with Thundercats.
They will have my money then. They will have my money.
I don't know what the order is going to be, but I know that there's been talk. If I get him on the show, I'll ask him. See what he says. Seems to be
I'll be there to ask too. I'll have to make sure I'm in all the chats.
After we get a Thunder Tank.
Oh man, he has hinted at that.
I feel like you got to do a Thunder Tank at least.
He's hinted at it. If you watch his interview with Pixel Dan, if you watch his interview with Pixel Dan, he hints vaguely because Pixel Dan is talking about like how big it would have to be. And then Brian starts going, he goes, well, it would probably have to be about this big, and he keeps going. He's like, no, I'm pretty sure it would have to be about this big, and he's just making it sound like, I feel like they have a mock-up of one already.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that big,
I don't think I would. I mean, look at they've redone Snake Mountain. Have they redone Snake Mountain yet? I know they.
Yeah.
done the Castle Grayskull, right?
Yeah, it's out. Few people have it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like they're not able to do something for it. I don't know if I would get it. I have no freaking clue where I would put like a 2-foot long thunder tank. I would want to find somewhere to put a 2-foot long thunder tank.
I think you figured it out. You might have to like give up some space.
But
I
like,
think you figured
yeah,
out
like I could
some
see honestly, like right in front of me here is nothing. This used to be my old review area where this computer is here. You remember like I had the white backdrop?
Yeah.
When I did that, I had like I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm mixing it up all the time. But there's an empty wall like right in front of me. Like I could see myself having a shelf there with a Thunder Tank on it and just all the Thundercat characters around it.
And if you absolutely had to, you could always, like I said before, you've always learned, it's like me, you always learn, like, what do I really care about? Maybe I don't have a connection to certain things that I bought, I thought I did. And because, like, kind of Thundercats, you're like, well, you know what? I really, really am in the Thundercats more so than some of this, IEW stuff. So, like, I can lose that because this right here, I have a super connection to. You may have to get it again.
Yeah, I have a massive connection to Thundercats, probably equal, right alongside Transformers for me, because I think that was, to me as a kid, it was such a serious cartoon. Like you can watch it now, and some of it gets it's goofy, and it's a little cheesy or whatever. But at the time, it was way ahead of its time. Like
animation was like really good.
Yeah, the Rankin Bass cartoons were so far ahead because I think they had done some animated movie stuff. Of course, they did pretty much every Christmas special that we know and love. All the Rudolphs, Frosties, Night Before Christmas, all that stuff. That's all Rankin Bass. But when they stepped into doing like weekly or daily cartoons, stuff like Silverhawks and Thundercats and stuff like that, they had me. It was dark. It was that opening intro is one of the best of all time, hands down. Like the speed of that animation, the studio that did that in Japan, when it was just amazing. And what's really cool about that show is I'm going to exaggerate a little bit, but there were only like 6 voice actors. It was very small cast that did all those voices. And I mean, you can tell when you watch it now, but such a good show. And I just have really, really strong memories of that. Really strong memories. I have it on DVD, and I love that show very much.
One of those shows when you can watch it, where you can watch the intro multiple times before you even start the episode. I mean, that's how it was for me with Silverhawks, and even though maybe a lot of people didn't like it, but for me, Transformers season 3, I like the intro. It's that little weird little song. Yeah, I can legit watch that about 3 or 4 times before the episode starts. Like I can put it in DVD. Let me hit back.
Well, the intro to that season was so iconic. I think that was an iconic intro because it was so. Again, it was like Thundercats. It was cut. The camera moves are so fast. It was just a lot of stuff going on. The
like Metroplex and
yeah. I love a good cartoon intro that plays with camera angles. Like you see a lot of swinging or sweeping camera angles going from like, I guess almost like a Michael Bay style, believe it or not. Like when you have the camera at the ground facing up, and then the camera moves up to pan over it. I love that stuff.
You know what? That makes sense. Maybe that's why sometimes when I take pictures, I love that a photo from an angle where you start with the feet and you just go up, kind of like a combiner.
Turn your phone upside down and shoot up from the bottom. I love that view.
Me too. Yeah. Maybe it came from that kind of stuff.
I don't know. It makes everything look so epic. It's how directors and cinematographers play with size, right? It's
Mhm.
when you watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and you see that the guy in the big plastic rubber suit is really only
Yeah.
6 feet tall.
Like
He
Godzilla.
looks
Yeah.
massive because the camera is like looking the scale from his feet up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what are we even talking about?
I don't know, but it's good fun stuff. Nostalgia.
Cartoons and- I'm
Yeah.
going to start a podcast. I'm going to just do a podcast about cartoons and movies.
Actually, that's not a bad. I don't be a bad discussion.
Call it K-Tunes.
K2.
Oh, K-Tunes. Kato's cartoon. No, just Kato's cartoons with 2 Ks now.
I'll watch it.
I don't know what I'm going to do. But
I
I really love, like, I love movies. I love cartoons. The girlfriend laughs at me and she thinks it's just precious. She goes, "You really do like cartoons, don't you?" Like, she looks at me with this very serious voice, like you don't just like them. You really like them.
really like them though. I mean, at that point, you're
I'm
like,
like-
I don't want to watch anymore now. Turn it off now.
Like,
You
yes,
ruined it.
I really like them. Well, I mean, in high school, I was going to try to go to school to be. I mean, I saw myself going to school to be a cartoonist. I really wanted to. So I used to draw. I used to draw all the time. I had one really good art teacher that finally was like trying to help me get better at it, rather than the standard art teacher. Yeah, draw this shape, shade this shape. Thanks. But I mean, y'all have seen some of my old drawings. You know, I fancied myself as going to be. I wanted to go work for Disney. You know, that's what I wanted to do. That didn't happen, obviously. But I love like the history of cartoons and like the voice actors and everything that goes into it. I think it's brilliant. It's a brilliant piece of storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, there's certain things you can do in animation that you just simply can't do in live action. I mean, you can with CG, because sometimes CG is so ugly. Cause sometimes like CG, it gets dated so fast. You know what I mean? Then you look at a good piece of animation; it's timeless.
There's nothing to me. I mean, I love Pixar. I love everything they do. I think I love Pixar because of how well, like, those guys tell stories. They tell amazing stories that make you feel stuff, right? Like Up, and Toy Story.
I think Toy Story, one of my favorite.
I mean, you feel things when you watch those. But to me, there is nothing as good as hand drawn animation. Like, I remember studying when I was in high school, studying Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and stuff like that. And like the amount of time that it took to draw, I used to know it. I don't know it now, but the amount of time and effort that it took to draw the fire on the ship of like the Little Mermaid when the prince's ship was burning and before Ariel saved him and stuff. Like the entire team, an entire team of animators was dedicated just to drawing fire. And it was stuff like that amazes me. Now, and I'm not to take anything away from digital artists at all. It's still art. But when you can program something to move rather than having to draw each thing
frame by frame,
there's something something gets taken away from that.
Yeah, that's kind of for me too. That's kind of like with me. When it comes to games like old school 2D fighter games or even the newer school anime fighters, I always prefer that to like 3D. Now I like Tekken, I like Mortal Kombat, but there's something to be said about those older 2D games, like Street Fighters and whatnot. I just really love hand drawn sprites.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, we need to finish our game.
Oh yeah, the Streets of Rage.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. And then you just dissed me.
I ain't this. Look, actually, I even got my favorite characters right here. Yeah. Speaking of that,
oh man, you're not gonna. I don't want to ruin anything. You're not gonna show off something else tonight, are you?
Oh no, I couldn't help myself. You brought such a rage. I could help it.
Okay, but you're not going to show off the.
Oh no. Oh, you mean a thing? Oh no, I'll do that later.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to ruin it.
Anybody follow me on Instagram, they've already seen it.
Golly, so awesome.
I got so much stuff to do at this. I'll get to it next week. Next week, I'm taking the whole week off because I just want to just mess with these toys, go to sleep, and do nothing. I don't want anything to do. I love Neo Geo stuff. Oh man, I mean, just some of my favorite stuff. I have a whole shelf here dedicated to it.
Did y'all have a Neo Geo at home?
I wanted one. I always wanted one. It's like a Cadillac of old consoles. Don't get me wrong. Nowadays, everything costs $500, but back in the day, that $500 translated back to old '90s money might have been $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
My old man never would have bought it. I remember asking about it because they had like old Game Pro magazine. You could actually order it and they mail it to you. And he's just like, "Wow, like, didn't I just buy you that Super Nintendo thing in the bedroom?" Like, but it's a whole new year, man. I want it.
You didn't have one in your Tommy?
No, I kind of skipped some of those. I had pretty much every console going back to the Atari.
Mm-hmm.
I think I skipped the GameCube. But I picked up one later. But I never had Neo Geo, but I had TurboGrafx.
I did too. Well, it was the time that the game industry almost killed itself.
Oh, it's hard. Yeah, the AT fiasco.
Yeah, everyone had their own system. Some companies just rebranded the system multiple times and sold it under a different name because you had. I mean, growing up, we had Atari, right? And then it kind of died off. And then we had Nintendo, like the regular Nintendo. And of course, Super Nintendo came out. I had Atari. Well, I had a friend that had Atari. My first game system was an NES, a Nintendo. Mario and Duck Hunt. That was the first one I owned.
I had a Vectron.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what that is?
I had a buddy that had that, and he played. Wait a minute. No, I didn't. No, he had it on a PC. What was it?
The Vectrix. It's like a little mini screen, and you had overlays you'd put on it. It had a little, like a remote with a stick. I had Star Trek and some other game, but that was the first one.
Familiar.
That sounds familiar because I watched a guy called Nostalgia Critic.
It had grid graphics.
Yeah, I remember.
Was it like a dot matrix game?
Yeah.
Well, everything looked like line grids. I don't know what year it came out. It was the first thing I ever got as a kid. It was like 70s, mid 70s, I guess, late 70s.
Yeah, I never had that. Yeah, I had a Nintendo, I had a Super Nintendo, had a Sega Genesis. Because I remember I played the hell out of Altered Beast. Loved that game. I didn't do much after that. Like I had the Sega Genesis for a while and played the Super Nintendo forever. But then I missed out on all the other Sega systems, like the Master System, Sega CD. I didn't have any of those. I mean, those are the ones that almost killed the entire gaming industry. And then suddenly, everyone had a game system. You had the Philips 3DO. You had, what were some of the others? I think that got rebranded into a few different things. You had Panasonic 3DO. Philips had something else. CDI. That's right. Yeah. So you had the Panasonic 3DO. You had the CDI. You had around that time the PlayStation 1 was out.
Good old 95.
A little later, it survived the rest of them. But when it got flooded, when the gaming market got flooded, and I remember there's a story about Sega. You know, we take for granted now that we can watch E3 and all that stuff online and watch it immediately. But I remember Sega, what ruined them, and I don't remember if it was the Master System or the CD. I can't remember. It might have been the CD. But it was getting close to Christmas or whatever, and they were launching a new system. And at the time, you only got news from magazines. You had to go and get a magazine or have a subscription to the magazine. And Sega was going to launch a new system, and they announced it at E3. And they said, and the surprise news is it's available right now. Well, that's great, but you're not going to read it until 30 days from now when the new magazine comes out.
Was it Sega Saturn?
I know
the Saturn didn't do very well in America.
It had been the Saturn because no companies knew it was happening, so they didn't order anything, or they ordered, but rather no consumers knew it was happening. So now you've got them now at E3. If they say, and the surprise news is it's launching today, everybody finds out. Everybody can go to the store and get it.
Yeah.
At the time, you've got stores with loads of product. And nobody knows it exists until they read about it in Game Pro magazine or whatever, and it bankrupted them almost.
And back in those days for me, if I couldn't put on layaway, I couldn't get it.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
I
milked my Super Nintendo forever. I think my dad still might have my old Super Nintendo with Donkey Kong Country on it.
I had a Dreamcast, and I hooked it to the internet in 96, 7. I bought the keyboard. I plugged it in through the online and went online. Was able to get online with it in like mid-90s.
Well, I remember the PlayStation had Final Fantasy 13. I forget which one it was. No, it was earlier than that. 9, 10, 12, something like that. It was
PS1?
Yeah, PS1, because you could buy the adapter, the modem to play online. It was the MMO Final Fantasy.
The MMO version. It might have been because it wasn't. I know it wasn't 7. 7.
No, 7 was the classic, right?
Was it 11?
11. I think it was Final Fantasy 11 because 7 was classic. Yeah, 7 was with Cloud Strife.
Yeah, everybody loved that. Was a Squall Lionheart.
Squall, that's right. It was the big shift in Final Fantasy where it went more action RPG, right? Because I remember being on the train or something.
Yeah.
And then 9, I don't remember that much of.
9, I didn't get the deep into it, so I don't remember everybody's name. But I remember little monkey boy with the tail. I didn't get deep into it.
10 was the one that they did a couple of sequels on, right? Like they had
10,
10,
2. We played the girls.
Yeah, they had that weird soccer basketball game inside the globe or whatever.
Oh yeah. I remember 10 now. Yeah, I enjoyed it when I first played it. Yeah.
Stupid. Played so many damn video games.
They blur together. Like, wait a minute, what game is that now?
Like Super Robot Ed said it was like 98, 99. I was thinking like 96.
Dreamcast. I think it came out in 99. Cause I remember. Almost I remember that because when Dreamcast launched, they had launched Final Fantasy VIII. I remember that being almost in the same year. And I remember people saying like, "Why would you buy a Dreamcast when you get these great graphics on PS1?" And I was like, "Man, I bought Dreamcast because I was big in the fighting games. And they had like Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, I was like, "No, what? I'm gone."
Oh yeah. That big video game crisis was like in 96 because that's when I was at this one store. I don't know if y'all remember a store called Incredible Universe. Merry Christmas, Jay. But I was at a store called Incredible Universe, actually in Charlotte, and that's where they had, like I remember seeing like the 3DO, the CDI, all that stuff was in there, and it just it was too much. There were too many, and the only ones that came out of that surviving. After that, Sega moved on to the Dreamcast and then eventually stopped making systems altogether.
Yeah.
You know,
I was sad.
Nintendo survived it, Sony survived it, and eventually Xbox showed up, which no one thought was going to succeed.
I didn't. That big controller they call it Duke now.
Yeah.
That controller
Dude,
was
I
so
bought
not.
that at launch. I remember going to Walmart that morning. I picked up the Xbox and the football game, which was, I forget, it was some quarterback or something, NFL quarterback or something like that, and then another game. And they didn't have like 3 games you could get on launch, I think.
Yeah,
It wasn't much anyway.
I had an original Xbox. Or
It
did
was
I?
a racing game. What was that? What was the racing game?
On Xbox. I had an Xbox too. I bought.
Not
I bought it.
Forza's.
I think I bought when like Dead or Alive 3 came out. Let me try to think.
Was it Midnight? No.
No, that's Sony. Wait, you sure it wasn't Forza? You sure it wasn't?
No, it was no, it was Forza came out on original Xbox, but it was something else. It was a good game though, because I remember the car I wanted was in it, and it ended up being my car I had. My Subaru WRX was in that game.
Okay.
God, what was
I
that
remember
damn
that. I remember sitting at Circuit City in the car stereo department and looking across at the. This had to be in 97, 98, somewhere around there. And I could look across.
Kudos.
What's that?
Remember, you when you go around a curve, it would say kudos or something, or give you kudos points for doing a slide or what was that?
I don't remember.
Game.
I'm getting to look up Xbox last time. I'm like, what?
They had blood weight. I had the football game. The blood weight game was like the boat, shooting boats. You were like, go down courses and you had a boat and you could fire weapons and stuff like that. But the racing game, what was it? Damn,
I can't remember.
pretty good. They did two.
I mean,
two of them.
the racing game I had the most fun with at the time was on PlayStation. That was Gran Turismo, like the Gran Turismo series. Really,
I remember those.
And then was it GT
Gotham, Project Gotham.
Project Gotham Racing. Yeah,
Okay.
Project Gotham Racing. I
That's
remember that now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, you're right. You're right.
Thanks,
trying to dig it up.
Yep. Project Gotham Racing. I do remember that.
Wow.
I remember on PlayStation looking across the Circuit City, looking at the PlayStation and watching it autoplay Madden.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, this is it. This is as good as it's ever going to get. I remember sitting there with my buddy going, that looks like a football game playing over there.
Yeah.
To me. Of course, now they look even better, but at the time it was just like, well, there's no way it's going to get better than this.
Oh, I remember when I worked at Rose's and I think the Genesis was out. They had Joe Montana talking football. And I'm like, I gotta get that game. It's great.
I remember
he says like a word in the whole game. That's it. Touchdown. Throw the pass. Run back.
I remember playing football on DOS.
Whoa.
If y'all remember that. In
middle
school.
Like I played Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
That was about
Oregon Trail. And I remember
mystery.
The first time Madden came out, like the whole big deal was it was a full team and he wouldn't do it unless he wouldn't put his name on it unless he could have a full football team on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl. Play Tecmo Bowl. Man, I remember playing the Nintendo, man. Nintendo. I used to love playing Nintendo. Excite Bike. Mario, all the Mario games.
You might remember a basketball game called Arch Rivals on NES?
Yeah.
I had like 5 memories of that.
I always really liked the arcade sports games more than I did the realistic ones. Like NBA Jam.
NBA Jam, and what was the NFL Blitz?
Blitz.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's on fire.
Yeah.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. Yeah. I remember NFL Blitz when they remade it into like a very serious
Yeah.
very serious game. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like you would take steroids.
Yeah, I remember that. It lost some of the fun though. I mean, because you used to play coach and play like Raiden for like Mortal Kombat and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it when it was more outlandish.
Yeah. Then and the NBA Street. I really liked NBA Street.
I remember that.
You
Yeah.
remember that? It was like 3-on-3 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Good old games. Now we got Cyberpunk 2077 that looks brilliant but won't play worth it.
It's too glitchy. I actually gave mine back.
Yeah, I've got it on pre-order. I haven't picked it up yet. I think I'm gonna go back and just have them move that over to Spider-Man.
Yeah. That
So
Miles Morales.
I was gonna wait to get that until I get a PS5, but I'll go ahead and do that.
You know what the bad thing is? There's not a whole lot of games out there like new great games. Like you see the same things every year: Call of Duty, Forza, Halo, stuff like that. The Spider-Man game was great. That what was the Japanese game?
Tsushima.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Samurai Ghost. Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. That was a brilliant game.
That's why I kind of want a PlayStation 5 and stuff like that.
I need to play that. I still haven't played that.
That was a wonderful, wonderful game. I need to play it again because they've added some new stuff to it, some new content, like online co-op stuff that looks amazing. That game was beautiful. I loved that game.
I love samurai stuff. So I feel bad that I haven't played it.
It's probably the best samurai game that's ever existed. It's so good. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I love Assassin's Creed, even though it is the same exact game every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love those games.
I'm like mad now.
I'm a sucker. I remember, I'm a sucker for Assassin's Creed, but God Almighty, did they just phone this one in?
Really?
Yeah,
Game drop like this.
man,
I really enjoyed the one with the British.
I did too.
Was that like Greek or something? The one where you're like,
the Revolutionary War one?
3?
Yeah, that was Assassin's Creed.
I was more a fan of Black Flag before one came after that.
I like Black Flag. I got really pissed at Black Flag because they overdid the sea travel. I was like, I can't freaking go anywhere.
I actually liking it. I because I learned that you could play your own music over that.
Yeah.
So I just throw in some track I like. It just made it more. It made getting in the ship battle like way more fun.
And, there were just too many of that. There was too many ship battles for you to freely travel. Now, the one after that, the one that you're talking about, where you could still go out in the ocean, it was fine-tuned a little bit, and the sea travel was a lot more fun. Then Odyssey, I really liked. I did really like Odyssey.
The one that was based in like the Egyptians, I like that one.
That was Odyssey. Yeah.
That's awesome.
No. That wasn't Odyssey. Odyssey was the Greek one, a Roman one. I did like the one you're talking about. That one, I liked the Odyssey, the one that was based in Greek and Roman stuff. This one,
hey, looks
kiss my butt. This is they horrible things with this, like the mechanics in it, the stuff they force you to have to do. There's an entire section of the game I can't even play because it won't continue, and until they did an update. So there's a section in the game where you go to Asgard. It's not a spoiler. And there's a certain part where there's this shield around you, and you have to kill everything that's coming inside of it. But if you walk outside of it, you start to die. So you have this little finite arena that you have to fight in. One problem is the enemies eventually stop coming, and you have to go out and get them. So you risk dying to go out and lure them into the shield, right? but eventually they just stop coming altogether. But it won't continue. Like nothing happens after that. And you're just sitting there waiting for something to happen, and it completely just bugs out, and nothing's going on.
It's just limbo.
What's worse is that happened early on in the game. Like I'm probably just, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours into the game, right? So I'm like, well, screw this. I'll leave and I'll go finish the main story. So I'll leave Asgard. It's like a dream, right? You wake yourself up. And then I go to the main story. Complete the entire story. Plenty of bugs and aggravating crap happens in that time. Probably clocked in 90 hours playing the game. Finally complete the game, the main story. And I'm like, I'm going to go back and finish Asgard. I'm going to go back and check it out. Now that I'm fully powered up, I can go do whatever I want now. I'm not worried about dying. I go back to sleep to that dream. It spawns you outside of that arena with the story still going. And before you can move anywhere, you're dead. Because if you're outside of that arena, you die. You slowly die. So while it's loading, so while the screen is loading, you hear yourself going, By the time the picture comes up, you're dead, and it says, load your last save. Trash.
Well, I'm gonna have to get off here. I got some things I gotta do. So,
yeah.
All I gotta do is go to sleep.
Me too.
Get together
and not set an alarm.
Oh, I heard that. Just wake up when your body wills it. Even then, go back to sleep again.
Yep. But I'm sure I'll talk to you guys in the morning.
All right.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
You want somebody send us out, and I won't cut you off either.
So,
I might.
Go ahead,
send us off, Sardo.
Well, everybody, it's been fun. It's been a great Christmas show. It was good knowing what everyone got for the Secret Santa. I hope everyone has a great Christmas. Hope to see you guys later. That's a sucky way to end things. Go ahead, kiddo.
They're a toy-based YouTube formatting. Rejecticons. Kato rocks, Sardo loves his MMC. Rejecticons. Logan is a custom dude. Eve Darby keeps his toys like new.